Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I decided I was going to film a video today. I just got home. There is lots of light in the living room. It's about 5 o'clock and I dyed some gray hair last night and my makeup still looks semi-okay, so I thought I would make use of the situation. So it's 5:15. I have filmed this video before and decided I was going to film it again today because I feel that I am almost close to being where I need to be. So it's a different type of video. It's not about my home or cleaning or decluttering. It's about cleaning, and it's about cleaning, but cleaning my body. So I want to talk about my vegan story, and I was vegan a couple of years ago, but I didn't know the word vegan. Someone introduced me to this book. I don't have the book ready in front of me. Just one second. Sorry. Someone introduced me to this book, The Mucusless Diet Healing System. I read the book and immediately adopted all of the beliefs and practices outlined in this book. Within about 2 months, I'd lost all of the excess weight that I carried. I want to say, I believe I got down to 116 or 127 pounds, somewhere around there. And I'd been that weight all of my life. So this book talks about inflammation, and I'm not going to get too much into the book. I will link the book down below if you'd like to check it out. But what I wanted to talk about, my vegan story, and I am going to say plant-based because I do honey and I have leather products. For the time that I was vegan, I want to talk about the things that changed in my body. Before I even start saying any of these things, it may be difficult to believe, but I have absolutely nothing to gain from making these things up. When I went vegan, the changes that I noticed in my body were unbelievable. So with the book, it's completely vegan, and there's also a lot of fasting. And the fasting was what got my body to detox very, very fast. And then I ate semi-raw meals. But I'm going to start from head to toe and kind of go through quickly some of the changes that I noticed when I went plant-based. And that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to become plant-based again. Number one, the texture of my hair changed a little bit. It wasn't a significant change. It was a lot easier to manage. For example, in the African American community, in the African American community, my hair type would be considered 4C, and that's the really tight coils. My hair texture changed where it seemed like it was 4B. It was that manageable. I know it's hard to believe, but I have no reason to lie. And I'll see if I can find, I believe I have one picture where my hair was really short and twisted, and you can see all of the curls that I'd never noticed before in my entire life. So my hair texture changed. The next thing that I noticed a difference was the whites of my eyes, the sclera, were completely white. They weren't foggy or yellow or red. They were completely white. They just seemed clean, like even my eyes had been detoxed. And if I hadn't said it before, I fasted a lot with this system. The next thing that I noticed that changed was my teeth. They were so white, like my friends would ask me what I was using to whiten my teeth, and some of them even suggested that I should stop. And I was not whitening my teeth at all. I, I wasn't, it's just they became completely white. And again, I know it's hard to believe, but I have no reason to make this up. My skin, the skin on my face, and I've always had trouble with acne. My acne cleared up. The breakouts that I have on my shoulders or my back or in my chest, everything cleared up. Everything cleared up. My skin became so smooth, and it was soft and velvety. It had a kind of sheen to it. And I was so pure that you could see my veins. I don't know how to explain it. And my complexion changed a little bit too. And at the time I was living in Florida, that means that I was in the sun a lot more than I'm in the sun now. My complexion here is a lot lighter than my complexion now. The other thing that changed, I never had to wear deodorant. I never had to wear deodorant. There was no odor coming from my armpits. None whatsoever. I never had to wear deodorant. There was no odor coming from my armpits. The other thing that I noticed was I have extremely, extremely terrible periods, cycles when my period comes. So much so that I have had surgery before. But when I did this, when I was eating completely clean, fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, I never had to take any medication for my cramps, and I also take prescription medication for my cramps. I never had to take any medication for my cramps. And the flow was just, it was like a clean flow, if that makes any sense. For example, now that, and I don't want to gross anyone out, woman talk, for example, now that I haven't been eating clean for many, many years, my flow is, it's very brown in the beginning and it's very brown at the end. But I remember when I was on this mucusless diet healing system, my flow, it was just red. Never had to take any medication. What else? I didn't need a lot of sleep. I would go to bed at a certain time, and within 5 hours I would wake up and I would have a lot of energy. And all of these things that I'm saying now, I noticed them because when I fell off the wagon, like all of those things went away. I didn't need a lot of sleep. Another thing was my mental clarity. I have mentioned before, I may have mentioned before, maybe it's on Instagram, that I do suffer from depression. I was diagnosed with clinical depression in my 20s, and I've been battling my depression since. I haven't been on any medication for 15 years or more, and I'm not saying that as a good thing or a bad thing. It's just the route that I decided to take. When I was plant-based, I was not depressed at all. I can't remember being depressed. I can't remember anything else, but if I do, I'll put it in the comment section below. My breath. There was no hint of any type of odor on my breath at all, even when I woke up in the mornings. There was nothing. It's unbelievable. I said it's one of the reasons why I want to be plant-based again, because I want to be that healthy again. I would fast every weekend. I would eat, my first meal was at 10 o'clock, and I wouldn't eat after 7. And I would fast from Friday night to Sunday to Monday morning at 10. And I did that for almost a year. And there were some weeks where I fasted for 7 days. The fast for 7 days, actually I only did that once and it did hurt. I did 5 days a couple of times, but the 7 days hurt. When it was time for me to eat again, it was very, very uncomfortable. But I want to be plant-based again because I was the healthiest I'd ever been. If I don't change my diet, I am going to have that surgery because I have terrible, 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 terrible periods, and I also I feel extremely depressed and suicidal. But I haven't had any chicken or beef since last July 1st. I stopped eating fish several months ago and shrimp several months ago, and my period has gotten a lot better. Even with my medication, I don't have to take as much when I get my cycle. I don't feel extremely depressed. I do get very, very tired, but I don't feel extremely depressed. So I want to be plant-based again because I want to experience all of those health benefits that I explained before. One of my main reasons too, because that when it's time for my cycle, everything just becomes very dark, depressing, suicidal. I've had some time to detox the meat from my system and my periods have gotten a lot better. So if I continue, I may not have to have surgery. But if you are trying to change your life and change your diet, I mean, it's a very, very good book to read. A lot of the other books that I have about health and diet have mentioned him, and I've given this book to several people. But I want to be healthy again. I want to be healthy. And even now I haven't had chicken, beef. I wasn't a big beef eater, but I haven't had chicken, beef, fish, shrimp, anything for several months. And I don't know if you can tell, I am wearing makeup on my face, but I don't know if you can tell that my skin is clearing up, and I am very, 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 very happy about it. I also just drank water, and all of the juices that I drank came from like orange juice or any fruit that I ate. But water and tea were my beverages. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. Face, eyes, skin. When I eat a lot of meat, I tend to break out under here with little hairs. And now that I've stopped eating meat, it's clearing up. Like I'll have 1 or 2 little hairs under here, but nothing major where it's just unsightly. So that also helps. I am doing well with my diet, and I am doing well with when my cycle comes around. So I'm going to continue on this journey, and it's for my health. To my health, so that I can enjoy life. And it's kind of hard to enjoy life if you're not healthy mentally and physically. So that's my plant-based story. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've had any experience with your changing your diet, changing your life, becoming more healthy, or if you're even on that journey to become more healthy. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it or if you found it beneficial at all. I will see you in my next video. Bye. Everything about me changed. Everything about me changed.